Welcome back from the break. We're still here with an entrepreneur, an amazing woman, Hellen Machika. When was your big break? You broke away from employment, started your own thing, got your little client base growing and growing. How did COVID affect you?
I think for me, COVID affected me positively, I would say.
Like most of those very lucky ones?
Yes.
Yes.
Why do I say so? Because remember, COVID, everybody was home. And so many people didn't have anything to do at home. Most of them go out to the offices and work. But this time they were home. And that is when I think everybody's passion or interest in agriculture grew.
Starting to get busy.
Yes. I'm telling you, we had an influx of customers.
Wow.
People would walk from different places. Others say we were doing exercise and we walked all the way from town. Others came from Bunga. That was my, somebody who really walked a long distance.
From Bunga to,
yes,
to Kasangati?
Yes, to pick seedlings.
Are there panyas from Bunga to Kasangati?
No. I think they would just walk, go to town, maybe rest a bit. I don't know. But yeah. So
God.
people really walked. Even my neighbors, who probably never knew what I used to do, they would just pass me by. This time they would come and say, by the way, what are you doing? What are these things?
Yes.
So we really had a number of customers. And during COVID, or towards the end of it, I think we had made enough money that enabled me to put up 3 greenhouses.
Wow.
Yes.
During that time.
During that time. And it was also around that time that I got wind of a new supermarket coming into the country.
Yes.
And they wanted vegetable suppliers. So a friend of mine tipped me and said, there is this opportunity. Are you ready for it?
Hadn't you ever approached another supermarket?
I was actually. I used to supply. I supplied Kabira, the hotel, and then I also supplied Millennium. There are some small supermarkets that would supply. Yeah. And also during COVID, we would do home deliveries. Because remember, the border people were allowed to move.
Yes.
Yes, so we would deliver to different homes. And this was possible because most of the things were growing them around home. So I didn't have challenges of moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when this opportunity came.
For the big supermarkets?
Yes, for the big supermarkets. I took it up. And somehow I've never looked back.
Wow.
Yeah, it has really been good to us. And it has kept me on my toes because fresh vegetables are needed every day.
How? But no, let's first go back. Even before you start hoodwinking me and taking me there. How were the standards? Because it's an international, Carrefour is an international supermarket, right?
Yes.
It's a well-known brand.
Yes.
And I'm very sure that most would fear to go there.
Yeah.
Because of the standards.
Yes.
They are very picky about all these different things. And imagine, even the other supermarkets sometimes are very picky.
Yeah.
The local supermarkets. Now, what about this other brand? So was it easy for you?
Of course, they have their requirements. You have to be a registered company. You have to have TIN numbers. You have to have all those things in place.
And you already did?
I had them. I had a challenge which actually made me to join, like I teamed up with another person. Yeah. My tin had issues, so I couldn't actually use it. So this person had it. He has a passion for agriculture, but the technical bits, I was there. So we said, you bring what you have, I bring what I have, and we do this. Yes. But otherwise, in order for you to supply those international markets, you have all these different... You have to have a registered company, which I do have. You have to have a TIN. Of course, you have to be paying taxes.
Yes.
Yes, that is a must.
And you had been doing this before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have to have the capacity to do the supply.
Yes.
The contract you sign, you have to supply because they are big. When we were starting, they had about 3. They had 3 or 2 branches only.
And now?
Now they have 7.
Wow.
and we have to supply all of them. Not on a daily, but at least on average we supply 4 to 5 on a daily basis. And you have to brace yourself for production.
For production.
Yes.
You have to literally get out of your comfort zone and up your game.
And up your game. And you know, like I say, you can't do this alone.
You can't.
So,
but most people want to. Let's first talk about this. Most people want to do this.
Yeah.
Most people want to do this. I was talking to another sort of like mentor.
Yes.
In another industry.
Yeah.
And he was saying even those ones whom I mentor, once they get successful,
yeah,
and maybe there's a shortfall in the in the supply.
Yeah.
They never go back to him because they will think maybe that he's going to take on their new customers, the clients.
No.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is. It's very weird. But for me, what I've seen, in order to grow, you need to form coalitions. You need to work together with other farmers. Because, for example, there are things that take about 3 months to be ready.
Like what?
Like broccoli, for example.
Yes.
You need to plan in a way that you have broccolis ready every day of the year, 365 days.
But what are you supplying? Just because you keep throwing in a vegetable or two, which vegetables do you have?
We supply broccolis, we supply sukuma wiki, spinach, buga, the red dodo, supply the green dodo, we supply mint, the peppermint, all the mints. We supply coriander,
the herbs, literally.
Yes, the herbs, coriander, rosemary. We supply spring onions. We supply oregano, all the herbs.
But you had been doing this prior.
Yes, I had been doing this, but the volumes were smaller. And we were doing it, for our customers who would walk in, or a few people who would make orders. But now we have to increase the acreage of every type of vegetable.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like I told you, it's hard to do it alone.
Yes.
So what we are doing...
And most people want to do it alone.
People want to do it alone. But I'm telling you, you get choked.
You do.
You get choked. You will wear yourself out. So what we are doing, we're trying to get the women in the community where we live right now. Yes. What I'm doing, I'm giving them seeds or seedlings. They grow, and then we buy from them. Yeah.
It's nice as well.
Yes.
And you have continuity.
Then we have continuity. Because there are those women who are doing their small vegetables around their homes. So as a way also of improving them, some of them were doing it and they would never have anywhere to take it. They would eat and then the rest stays. So what we are doing, we are telling them that you grow whatever you have. We give them a list of the things, the cherry tomatoes, the cucumbers. So they grow it and they bring. Yes, so we buy it from them.
But the list is like how many things? Like 20, 30?
No, I think about we have about maybe 20.
And you
20.
must. But wasn't it scary? Wasn't it scary at the beginning? I mean, like seeing all these things, how will I plan? Okay, it's very easy to, just put the tomatoes and then you wait for the next season. But this is everyday supply.
Every day. Actually, in the beginning, I really didn't imagine what I was going into.
Yes.
And those first few deliveries, actually the first months, we were buying most of them. We would go to other Nakasero, we would go to Nakasero and get, but it's expensive.
Yes.
Those are people who buy from farmers, and then we go and buy from them. So literally, you don't make anything.
You were forced to actually do your own thing.
To do this by ourselves. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why now I am practically, a real farmer.
So these contracts that you sign,
yes,
they are basically for how long?
They are yearly.
Oh,
1 year.
Just in case you disappoint.
They give you per year. Like this year, we've signed another one.
Yes.
Yes.
So you've been supplying them for how long now?
For 2 years. This is our 3rd year.
And so far, so good.
Yes, so far.
So
of course, the challenge is, as a farmer, you need some working capital. But the supermarkets pay you after almost 45 days. This is what we wanted to talk
about. This is what we also wanted to add. Why and why? And this actually inhibits, it constrains most of the farmers from doing that. One, because the money is not on a Nakasero market basis of just give me, I give you.
Yeah.
Yes? So you find yourself cash strapped.
Yeah.
So how do you handle?
What we do, like I told you, we are co-opting other farmers. So we explain to them the real deal, what's happening. We tell them, yes, we are also supplying a supermarket, but we are paid on a particular time of after a month.
The money comes straight on that particular day?
Between 1st and 5th.
Oh, yes.
Yes, between 1st and 5th, yes, of the next month. So we explain to our farmers, our co-opted farmers, they're able to supply us. We take record of what they've supplied. Of course, in the middle there, somebody needs some money, we get some money and give them. But we are taking on those people who are willing to wait. Yeah.
What are those particular challenges that you feel? I know the challenges keep, coming as you move on, maybe. Such as that one, you got a big break supplying this supermarket, huge supermarket. But however, you had not fathomed how deep you were getting. Do you think it would have stopped you from actually committing and signing that? I don't think.
No, it wouldn't. I was ready for that challenge. I knew that the branches probably were going to be about 4.
Yes.
But before we knew it, they actually took over every store that was for Nakumatt, I think. Yes. So they literally went big.
And there you were.
And there we are. We didn't want to stop. We couldn't stop the contract.
Yes.
So we just had to work.
To match.
Yes,
to match the pace.
Yes. It's challenging. It's hectic. You need to make sure your border guys are happy.
Reliable.
They are reliable, because remember, you just load them with your vegetables and they take. Yeah.
But how, normally we know that suppliers of, okay, this is just a perception we have, that most of the suppliers must have, the refrigerated trucks. Did they ask you to have that?
Let me tell you.
Did they?
Of course, in the beginning, when the international supermarket, when they had just come, of course, the first deliveries, I made the first deliveries in my car. Of course, it wasn't refrigerated. They accepted the things, but we were told we would prefer refrigerated trucks. Now, when COVID came, it was a challenge, and they were not getting the vegetables on time. First of all, the vehicles are kept in jam, so it makes delivery reach so late. So I think they sat within themselves and really looked at it. And like I told you, it was too much work. You go, deliver these things at 5 a.m. in the morning, then you leave at around 1 o'clock. When you come back, you have another list of orders for the next day. You have to move around and get
Just tell these viewers that it's hard work. Most people want to, it's their dream job. They're like, I'm doing this small time, but I want to reach this. But I want them to understand that it is hard work.
Yes.
Please emphasize.
Dear farmers out there, and probably all the ladies out there, self-employment is good. However, you need to have discipline. You need to be able to control your own time. You need to be able to work hard. Sometimes we used to think that self-employment means enjoyment.
Exactly.
And, you sit back and things just work out. No, it's actually where your own ability is tested.
But first, wait, Helen. I remember when we started off, you were saying you quit the other side because you weren't satisfied and you wanted more time, to do your stuff. Now you're in the same breath telling me that you're waking up at 5 a.m. It is difficult.
Now, it's something.
How did it work?
It's not something that I am regretting.
Yes.
It is something that you learn to work through. And that was in the beginning, like I told you. And it happens especially if you want to do everything yourself.
Yes.
Like, remember at the beginning, I was doing the delivery personally. I would drive there, probably come back, go look around for vegetables. But right now, we have set up systems. We have people that do the deliveries, the riders. Then we also have farmers who do the production, and some bring. Yes. And then we call. You can call the supplier and tell them, Mama so-and-so, bring me so many bundles of this particular vegetable. So it is becoming a little easier that even when I'm not here, when I'm not around, deliveries go on.
Let's assume that these are outgrowers, of course, right?
Yes.
So if I am to get into parsley, I'm sure you also have parsley.
Yes, we have.
And then I know I'm going to, do it per weekly, have a bed after every 2 weeks? Because some of these are very fast growing veggies, and then the others which are like the cauliflower and broccoli that take a while.
Yes.
So now suppose I really want the money and I'm committed,
Yes.
and then I say, you know what, I'm going to put this parsley there and I want to supply you twice a week.
Yeah.
How does it work out as well?
Now, for me to be able to manage all those, I don't have one person giving me parsley. I have about 3. So when you have about 3, then you can apportion them so that each of them can actually manage their production. So I've so far engaged 3 people actually. So when they are ready, and we also don't, we talk to them not to plant at the same time. Okay, so we stagger their planting so that when maybe farmer A
doesn't have, the other one has.
Farmer B has. When B's supply is going down, C is just coming.
So there must be some coordination.
Yes, there is.
Do you get to meet them? Do you get to invite them here so that you have, refresher courses? So you go and find them where they are.
Now, like I've told you, this is something that we are just beginning.
Starting.
Yes, so I intend, actually this year, I intend to have them all come, and we really, because I also need to train them on the standards. The quality standards of the supermarket is quite high.
Yeah.
So I plan to bring them here. We do some refresher training, then also move to their farms.
Yeah.
Because I'm an agronomist, I'm able to identify challenges, especially with pests and diseases, so that when they bring their vegetables, the quality is exactly that which we need.
Now, getting into opportunities, let me even preempt you, okay?
Yes.
Because I know for sure there are so many who are watching this and would want to, start the same thing.
Yeah.
And most of them, because you started from small, from, the Kisasi veranda, then you moved on to 3 greenhouses. Now you are literally supplying on a daily basis. Are you thinking of export at one time? Or?
Oh, yes. That is actually my next big level that I want.
Yes.
We've actually tried with a number of greenhouse growers, but sometimes there are hiccups here and there. COVID was one of the challenges that we had, but we want to come together as farmers and then we plan and see how we can export, because there is more money when we do the export, when we are able to sell directly. And I'm telling you, apart from the supermarket that we supply, we also sell some to Nakasero.
To Nakasero?
Yes. There are things that we grow that the supermarket doesn't take.
Like what?
There are things like nakati. We don't supply them nakati. We don't supply them cauliflower personally. We do the broccolis instead. I personally don't supply the local cucumbers. I supply the English ones, but we grow them. So we end up going to Nakasero, and it's a big challenge. When you go to Nakasero, you meet some of those people, they are middlemen. Yeah?
Yes.
So we want an opportunity where a farmer is able to sell,
benefit
and be able to sell and get their money directly.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
How many women have you mentored so far within this community? Roughly.
Like I've told you, we just moved here.
Yes. Last year.
Yes, last year. We will make a year maybe this year.
Yeah.
So far, I have about maybe 6. Yes. I have about 6 women.
6 women.
Yes. And those women, we've given them seeds. Yes. There's actually a gentleman as well. We've given him seeds. The women actually have started supplying. One already supplied us with lettuce. Yes. And now she's taking seeds for cucumbers as well.
Really?
Yes.
But
and she's doing them just within her compound, within the veranda, the little space that she has. Yeah.
And this is really harnessing the power that is already before you.
Before me.
And you're also good on getting people together and forming these linkages.
Yes.
Have you, now that you're thinking about export, have you maybe thought of the financial challenges and where you're going to access this capital?
In that, we actually formed an association. And with an association, they just need us to be organized. When we are organized, I'm sure we can access capital.
Yes.
The banks have money that can be used by farmers.
Yes.
So we just need to be organized, put our papers together, and start something.
What
then
about the commitment issues?
Commitment issues.
With commitment issues, for you, you can guarantee,
Yeah.
yes, because you love this, you're passionate, and this is your lifeline, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
But what about someone who is saying, you know what, I have my 30 million, I want something on the side to make more money. What guarantee do you have that this person here is going to be committed and make sure that these vegetables are actually are pure, are good quality? What guarantee?
I don't have,
Everything
written
planned
out.
out.
Yes. However, what I know, when we form up like an association, we have guidelines where we've actually formed them already.
Yes.
There's what we call Greenhouse Growers Association, though it's kind of a bit dormant, but it's
Yes.
something that I would love us to revive. We have guidelines: who can be a member, what is expected of a member, what amount of money do we all expect to contribute, what qualifies you, how many greenhouses should you have, and then we want to be able to synchronize our production so that our export is continuous.
Yes.
Because let's say we are 30 members, we don't want, maybe let's say averagely every member has 2 greenhouses.
Yeah.
We don't want to produce, like to plant all the 60 greenhouses at a go,
Yes.
harvest them, and then we
And
are
then,
seated.
yeah, you stay on nothing.
So it's some hard work that we have to do. We want to sit and really know,
Plan it
out properly. Yeah.
I'm very sure there are very many, I'm not sure where, but I'm sure you know where they are.
Yeah.
These people can help you coordinate, come up with something structured. The export board, there's an export board, by the way, that
there's
does
an
that.
export promotions board.
Yes.
I've actually approached them.
You see?
Yes, we've gone and met the gentlemen there. They've given us a few guidelines. They told us we just need, of course, they gave us guidelines.
Yes.
Quality guidelines, and they've promised to give us the market.
Yes.
They promised to guide us that for you, maybe if you're beginning small, you can start with so and so. If you're beginning this way, you can start with so and so. So the support from Export Promotions Board is assured.
It's good.
We as farmers just need to get organized.
You just need to get organized.
Yes, we need to get organized. And what I think, we may not need actually a big number, because a big number is not easy to
manage,
to coordinate. Yeah. We probably will start with a few and then see how it goes.
You can only go higher.
Yeah.
And we wish you well. I would want you to take time and speak to the viewer out there, to the woman out there who is scared to supply all these big supermarkets, who is scared to actually have her spring onions and her sukuma wiki and all this within her compound and start from there. I want you to encourage her and inspire her the way you have.
Okay.
Yes.
For all the ladies out there, those who may not have big capital, those who may not have, all the big acres of land, you can do it. I started very small. I started on a veranda. So can you. And you can start by finding out, what exactly do my community eat? What is it that they lack? What is it that takes them to a further market from our local one? And then you start from there. Once they get to know that Nalongo has sukuma wiki, has buga, has this, they'll always come.
Yes.
So don't be afraid to start. Whatever little money that you have, start from there. Some of the packs of seeds cost about 2,000 shillings only. So you can start right from there. And I want to tell you that food is for everybody, and everybody eats on a daily basis. So when you think about that alone, should encourage you to start.
Food will always be food. Food will always be food. Please don't hesitate to start wherever you're at. Hellen has been our guest today. Started off on her small veranda, and right now she supplies Carrefour and so many other supermarkets within Uganda. And they can only go higher, because right now they are helping the communities in which they stay and also thinking about export. So start small, grow big, keep growing. This is Women in Business, Women in Business. Please keep getting inspired, keep learning, keep getting better, keep growing. Until the next episode, bye-bye.